Welcome to a new episode of Fit the Description, a Black men's podcast, where various Black men come together to talk about life, society, entertainment, news, culture, and whatever else we want to talk about from various Black men's perspectives. I'm your host, G, and today we got James.
What up, y'all?
And Norris.
What's up?
All right. So before we start, just to let y'all know, we are on various podcast platforms. So if you want to check us out, you can check us out there. Like I said, for example, iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, any of those, we're definitely on there. Just so you know, if you listen to this on the podcast platforms, you are at a delay. So if you want to get the current episodes, come to OPN here on YouTube. Also, we also have a clips channel called Fit the Description. Make sure you come over and check that out. As the recording of this, we are on a hiatus, but we are going to come with new clips probably by August, September. So look out for that. And also shout out to our international fans. I saw that we've been growing over there internationally a little bit. So again, I want to shout out y'all and do us a favor. Make sure to come over to YouTube and comment. We want to know what's going on out there. We want to know what we should look into, of course, we love our domestic USA fans, but we also love our international fans too. So we want to hear from y'all. We want to know what's going on around the world. So if you listen to this podcast and you're international, come be a part of the community, come up, we're trying to build this community and we need y'all help just like we need it from here, from the US. We need it from the international too. So other than that, we'll go ahead and get started. What do y'all think about Vince McMahon finally retiring from WWE? And for y'all who haven't heard about it, basically the CEO of WWE, formerly called WWF, I think he was in charge since the 80s. He got it from his dad. Announced from the beginning of this podcast, I want to say about 2 to 3 days ago. Well, I think last week from the recording of this podcast, basically he announced that he's retiring. And this dude has been in charge of wrestling for decades. There's been a lot of things that's been going on about it. I mean, as you see right here, if you're looking on the screen right now on YouTube, like I said, he's under federal investigation right now, which is crazy. I didn't even hear about that. But yeah, it looks like there's a new changing of the guard. And yeah, what do y'all got to think about Vince McMahon finally leaving wrestling after almost 2-3 decades?
Isn't everybody supposed to retire eventually?
Yeah, I mean, we had this conversation before. That is true, but this one is kind of, if you haven't read into it, it's kind of curious why he's retiring.
Wow, did you say curious? It's not curious at all, bro. What are you talking about? Are you serious? Did you really just say it's kind of curious? It's not curious. If you've read anything on this story, and trust me, I'm a WWF fan, bro. Fan. All right. I'm probably the only person on this podcast that's actually went to pay-per-view events and I can show you pictures, bro. I'm fan. The fact of why he's stepping down, first of all, he's not stepping down. I'm not an idiot. Hopefully you're not either. But he's doing it for the the camera. Whatever he's supposed to be doing it for. All right, bro. He's just doing it to make people happy. The fact that his long-term dude who's kind of ran the show already and his daughter are the ones who were taking over. Come on, bro. Everybody, I'm not an idiot. But he has to do it because of all the allegations that have came out. And again, even though, y'all can come for me on this if you want, comment if you want to, but I think the allegations are bull. So it is what it is.
I'll start off. Why are they bull? You don't think that, from what I read so far, is that I guess he got caught using money on having affairs with certain employees, whatever.
He didn't have no affairs. That dude did it Trump style, bro. He was like, yeah, come over here and do this. And then afterwards, he was like, all right, I'm gonna pay you some hush money to chill out. And then, that was pretty much it. But he made them chicks sign NDAs.
Yeah, and but you don't see something wrong with that. You don't see that like as like a power grab or like a manipulation.
Okay.
I mean, I'm asking a question.
He didn't. I mean, the dude is old as crap. I mean, look, bro. He didn't like physically attack these chicks. He just got into situations with them that they probably weren't like 100% on board with. Like, this isn't really cool, but he's the boss, so let me do it. And he knew exactly what he was doing. That's why he was like, look, I'm gonna pay you $500K, to chill out or whatever. It wasn't even that much. These chicks weren't that like high.
No, I think it was like, what's the 1.2 million for one of them?
I mean, look, bro, here's some money, and we're good here. So at some point, you got to think how much these people knew they were going to get paid before the situation. Come on now. This is an old dude. It's not like he was drugging them or doing anything like that. But then after the situation ended, when they were like, no, I don't want to do this anymore, then he started treating them like, obviously. And yeah, they didn't really like it. I think one of them got released after that. Like, oh my goodness, crazy. You don't want to do this anymore? Sorry, but we don't have enough room on the roster for you anymore. So, man, I don't know, budget cuts, inflate, whatever you want to look, just add something in there, but you're done. Furlough, budget cuts, COVID. I mean, you can throw anything in there. You're done. But they got paid for it. It's not like,
Yeah.
Well, come on, dude. I mean, not to throw my people under the bus, but R. Kelly gave them chicks with a handshake and a smile. Come on, bro.
Oh shit. Hey, Noah, do you want to add anything to this conversation?
I don't think I need to add really much. Like, for me, I used to watch wrestling a while back for me, but not so much anymore. So I don't know if my opinion really matters. First of all, I haven't even read up on everything. I'm finding out all this stuff right now.
So I guess basically from what we said, how do you feel about like kind of what we just were saying about him
allegedly
having relations to some of these women and paying them off? Like,
I mean, that's the whole story that happens repeatedly through time. Like, you see it time and time again. Are we going to change it somehow? I mean, if it's a problem, I don't know if it's a problem. Let's identify that person. Is it a problem?
That was about to be my question. That's why didn't be my next question to you. Do you think it's a problem? Do you think it is a problem? And this is
I already asked it. How you gonna
I know. Well, like I said, because I was just about to ask you that same question, and you beat me to it. But just to reiterate, is it a problem for you to have sexual relations with your employee and pay him off? In my personal opinion, and I'll just go by my personal opinion. I mean, just to be honest, as long as everybody's in agreement, I don't really have an issue with it. If you're not doing anything illegal, like if you're fine with it and you agree with it. Now, yes, if you regret it at the end, that's kind of your problem. So to me, somebody shouldn't be had to pay for that. If you already agreed upon it, if you made a deal and you said, hey, I'm willing to do this. If you give me X amount of dollars and you agree to it, I don't think it's a problem. I mean, personally, because as long as you're an adult and you consent to it, I mean, I will never have a problem. Now, I will say there may be some issues with it being your employee, but at the same time, and I know a lot of people don't like thinking about it, but those stories of certain women sleeping their way up to the top, I know it's probably gonna piss a lot of people off, but stories like that, like I said, they come from someplace. I'll just put it like that. Those stories like that come from someplace. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, I guess that's what it is. Just, I mean, not trying to get overcomplicated with it. In my personal opinion, it's just if you're an adult and you consent, even if you don't, it's not a, even if you don't like it, if you consent to it, as long as they do not take away the ability for you to say no, I don't want to, or to leave the situation, then I personally don't have an issue with it. But yes, when it comes to, because there's also some more into it too, where like he was using company money to pay these women off, and okay, I can see that being a problem, that you're not using your money, you're using company money and company resources to do it. So yeah, that right there can be a little bit gray, because you might be messing with people's money and payroll and stuff. So that's where it kind of gets complicated for me.
Allegedly.
But at the end of the day, you're an adult. And part of being an adult is being able to make decisions for yourself. As long as nobody takes away your ability to make a decision for yourself, I personally don't have a problem with it. I probably have more problems with maybe like the stuff that goes around it. Maybe a power dynamic may be an issue. I could agree with that. Using company finances to conduct yourself in that way, that I could see an issue. But the act of it, like let's just say, for example, you're a billionaire and you paid a girl $1.2 million to have relations with her and she agrees to it, then I don't really have an issue with it, because again, that's your money. She agreed to it and you're having relations. That's called being an adult. And part of being an adult is having choice and having to deal with the consequences. But that's just my opinion.
Oh boy. Boy, oh boy. Okay. I don't see it fit. Like, first of all, we talking about hypothetical. Like, put yourself in these types of shoes, type of thing. So we're talking about big money and stuff like that. I know I can't speak for everybody here, but I can speak for myself. But I for damn sure wouldn't be trying to do some stuff like that. Like, you get what I'm saying? The mentality is a little different.
Oh, I'm not saying you would. This is not a damnation of anybody. This is just just more of an example. I'm not saying anybody would do it. So.
Oh man, I mean, it's what has already been said. It's for publicity. It's for the gram. It's for people to talk about like we're doing right now, because they're making more money off of it because we're doing this.
Yes. Oh, so you think it's a Hollywood ploy?
Pretty much. It happens all the time.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I agree. I mean, I do think that this does happen a lot more than I think what people think. But I mean, again, like I said, we talk about entertainment, so.
Okay.
So I get you're saying that you want to do it, but what do you feel about the situation in general? Do you think it's right? Do you think it's wrong? Do you kind of agree with what I'm saying, where it's like your choice, or what do you think?
I think we have laws in place for a reason for stuff like that. But just because there's laws in place, that don't mean fair play is being played. What do I mean by that? A lot of the laws and stuff are put in place for a particular person. Other persons don't have to play by the laws and rules.
Of course.
That's all I'm saying.
I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, things were done.
Allegedly.
Take with it what you will. I mean, I can't really say anything about it. Like I said, I mean, to me, you're an adult and you have to make decisions. Like I said, it's part of being an adult. We all make decisions that we regret. I know a lot of people who have horror stories. So at the end of the day, if you made a decision and you're fine with it, I mean, I can't really argue with it, because it's part of being an adult. Well, let me ask you this: as you are a wrestling fan, what do you think this means for
Nothing. Oh, finish your statement.
I know you kind of answered.
Finish your statement. I mean, my bad. I jumped the gun. My fault. Finish the statement.
Well, no, 'cause I think you already knew where I was going with this.
Okay, finish the statement. The people don't know what you was going for.
Nah, well, my question was, do you think
it doesn't matter what your question is? My fault. I got a little bit into the wrestling. Go ahead.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead. Finish the statement.
Do you think it's going to change anything with wrestling? I mean, with the WWE?
Not a thing, bro. Not a thing. Actually, if anything, wrestling will get bigger.
You think it's going to get bigger?
Yep.
I'll be honest with you, because I do watch a little bit. I think it might get better.
It's not going to get better. It's going to get bigger.
Okay. I mean, what do you mean by bigger? Like, why do you say that, I should say? Because, I mean, I think it's already as big as what it's going to be.
You're insane. Really? That's why they just opened a new wrestling promotion, right? Because it won't get no bigger.
Did they open a new wrestling promotion?
Well, AEW's new promotion.
No. Well, yeah, but that's
really?
not WWE.
When did AEW start?
No, but that's not. I'm talking about WWE, not AEW.
Okay. Hold on.
Okay.
It was WWE.
Yes.
And then they made NXT.
Yes.
Which is part of WWE.
Yes.
And then now there's AEW.
Which is their own company. It has nothing to do with WWE.
Not.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's his own company. That's why I said. But I'm talking about wrestling in general. You're talking about. I'm talking about WWE, the company. And
you're
saying WWE get way bigger because of this. You know how many people now are going to start wrestling just because they saw this crap, or people that were gone from wrestling that are going to start watching again?
Well, I mean, I personally think that. And because I think it was just announced that Triple H is going to now be in charge of creative, which I think is a good thing because I did like NXT.
He's already been part of that.
Yeah, but when he had a situation, Vince McMahon took over.
Okay,
so
but he was already part of that. Like, you're not understanding the shell game that's happening, but you can go ahead and buy into it. I'm telling you right now, everything that was already in place has already been there. It's been sitting in place. It's just now they're making it public. Vince McMahon is supposed to be stepping down. Yeah, that's dope. He still has all the commanding shares in the company. So he's still getting paid regardless, which means he still has a say no matter if he is the CEO or not. If you're commanding shares in a company, you are a shareholder who can basically have any kind of say in what's going on.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter what role you're. That's just like Elon Musk stepping down from Tesla. Okay, that's great. He still pretty much owns Tesla.
Yeah.
So he's always going to be a board member. So what does it matter? The only other thing is there was talk about a sale of WWE.
Yeah.
If there is going to be a sale, what do you think will be dope? Oh, put themselves in the spotlight and jack the price for a little bit? Yeah, that would be great. And at the end of the day, even if they sell, Vince McMahon still is going to be on the board.
Damn. All right, that's a great point.
Duh. Like, good Lord. Nobody ever looks at it from the business side of it. They look at it from the reality show. Oh my goodness, this is drama side of it. Nobody cares about that. Start some drama. Who gives a crap?
What can you make on the back end? What matters?
Look at the Clippers, bro. That old dude sold that team. And they're like, oh, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. Has anybody heard from him since? Like, he's doing bad or something?
I mean, didn't he walk away with like, what's $100 million when he sold the team?
Ridiculous money.
Yeah.
That he didn't need anyway.
Yeah.
You just handed him a stack of cash and was like, bounce. All right, whatever. Dude's a millionaire, billionaire anyway. Who cares?
Yeah.
But you're talking about a team who really didn't have a lot of hype before that. I mean, they're the Clippers, yeah, but that's like selling the Chargers. Who cares? Kind of, wow, they sold the Clippers. Hey. But you got a whole bunch of drama around it beforehand, and then someone offered you a stack of cash for the team. I mean, same situation.
Yeah.
And like I said, how much more market share did the Clippers get after all of that happened? The Clippers shot into the stratosphere. Like everybody was all of a sudden Clippers fans. Their merch went high and sell out the roof. They were trying to rival the Lakers. Like, oh no, you know what? This is Clipper town now. It's not Laker town no more. They got better players. Like everything was going for them after that sale. They still haven't won a championship, but hell, they were really making playoffs and like making it interesting, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think's gonna happen to the WWE after all this scandal goes away? Because it's gonna go away. Give it 2 months or less. The only other thing that could happen that would get this much publicity is Vince McMahon would die.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, that's pretty much it. Like you would have to have somebody high end die on that thing. I don't know, man.
And boom. Next subject.
Well, I have a breaking news right now. Basically the Fed just came out, and I guess that Jerome Powell just announced that there's going to be a 75 basis point rate hike, flags weakening economic data. So
I seen that this morning.
Yeah, but I mean I guess he's having the meeting right now, and I'm reading it right now that the base, I guess from what I'm reading here, and again I don't have enough information. I can't go into too much detail about this, but from what I'm basically reading here, it's I guess. Well, I guess they've been saying it for a while that they're going to raise the rates, but let me see. That spending and production have softened, which is right here, basically, which I've been hearing. A lot of companies have been saying they've been missing their they've been missing their.
Basically,
Go ahead.
Basically, it's pretty simple.
Okay,
They're trying to raise interest rates because they're trying to, like we talked on the last podcast about inflation. Inflation is kind of killing everybody.
Yes.
Remember I said the small business is going to die because of the inflation they have to put to not have the country die?
Yes.
Okay. Well, this is their way of saying we're going to try to help. So how they're going to do that is they're going to spike interest, they're going to spike interest rate. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So when they do that, it's going to hopefully it's basically still going to screw people, but it's going to look a lot less hurtful.
Can you, if you don't mind, can you explain that in a little bit more detail on like how it's going to be? It's going to hurt people, but it's going to be still a little bit more helpful. Can you explain that a little bit more
It's
detail?
still going to make everything look more expensive, but but people who still be forced to buy stuff. So it's going to try to cool down the inflation.
So what's it's just making things more expensive so people will stop buying things, basically is what you're saying?
They're still going to have to buy things. That's the problem. With inflation, you can just say, pick and choose. I don't really want to do that. But if you just bump interest rates, you're going to have to buy something. So at the end of the day, it should help, but it's still going to suck. Like regardless of what happens, they're just trying to cushion this stuff, but it's not gonna help. Everybody's still gonna be pissed. Everybody's still gonna be freaking out. It's just
because
I just need to go for it. Everybody is trying to not hit the recession point, because once that happens, everybody's going to lose their. What do you have to have 2 consecutive down quarters or something like that to start a recession?
I heard it say 2 or 3 from my understanding.
Yeah.
So, and everybody keeps saying we're going to get there. But I mean, I even hear some stories that they're saying that the numbers that they give you is not really the numbers that they are. From what I've heard, but I don't know if that's true or not. So that's a rumor. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's gonna be a rough ride. It's probably gonna get worse before it gets better. But I hope you're right that this actually does fix the problem. But anyways, um, again, I'll probably look more into it, and if I get any more detail, I'll bring it up on the next podcast. So we'll see what happens. But since we're talking about finances, I think I want to take this time because I was going to talk about this on the last podcast. Sadly, I was hoping B would be here, but B's not. But I wanted to talk to everybody and give y'all a little bit of update on what happened with me and crypto. Since, as y'all know, and we have had podcasts on this about like crypto and how big I am on crypto and investing, all that stuff. And I think it's important to not only tell you the good times, but the bad times. And I just want to talk to the people about what actually happened to me recently, because I kind of got screwed out of a lot of money. And this is why I say playing in investment, stocks, crypto, any of this stuff is a risk. And you're going to win and you're going to lose. And I wound up losing big. It's not my fault. It's not that I made a bad investment. But I'm not sure if y'all know what happened. But basically, one of the places I will buy my crypto off of is Voyager, which is an exchange. And that's like a place where people you could buy crypto on and you could keep it there. But a lot of the crypto community has said, if you, like I said, if you don't have the keys to your crypto, it ain't your crypto. And I'm learning that right out the hard way. So what basically happened, I'm not sure if y'all know, but what's that bank called? You see, I forgot what that bank called. But basically, there's a major bank that basically defaulted on their loans. And basically, because the crypto market went down, they couldn't afford to pay everybody back. And I guess recently they said that the guys who kind of own it just disappeared. So basically there was a domino effect. And a lot of companies, because they took loan from this one place, and I hope I'm getting it right. If I'm getting it wrong, please put it in the comments down below to correct some of my saying. I might say a couple of things wrong here. From my understanding, they can't afford to pay people. So I'm with Voyager, and so because that happened, I am currently locked out of my funds. And the sad part is I may not be able to get that back, or I may not be able to get all of that back. They're working on deals to try to solve that problem. But as of right now, I'm looking at it as a pretty big loss. And the only reason why I want to tell y'all that is that if you want to go into investing, it's not that, because I know a lot of people, when that happened, a lot of people left the crypto market and just got rid of it. Said, and I hear all the haters coming out. Like I said, I'm still a believer in crypto. It's not like I bought a bad coin. It's true. When you're in crypto, that if it's on the exchanges and you don't take it out and put it in your own wallet, it ain't really your coin. And I'm learning that the hard way. And now I gotta hope that some way, somehow, I can at least recoup some of the coins back. And I may never get it back, but that's the game that I played. So I'm only telling y'all this because, just like I told y'all, oh man, you guys need to invest. I think it's important to let y'all know about the risk, because again, I took a risky chance and I wound up losing. Again, I may get it back. I may get some of it back. I don't know right now, but at this point, I'm looking at it as a loss, and it was a big one too. Like it definitely hurt me. Like it was a bad loss. So it's just one of those things that people got to worry about, and that's why I just wanted to say this, by myself, just to let y'all know, if you're going to get into crypto or any investing, understand there's a risk. And sometimes you're going to win, sometimes you're going to lose. And if you don't have the heart for it, don't even try it. Just, get a good job, do something else, because, it sucks. I ain't gonna lie. Like I lost a chunk of money, and, I don't know if I'll ever get that back. I may only get some of it back, but, that's just kind of my warning to y'all. Anybody else want to have anything they want to add on it, or?
Not really. I mean, markets go up and down as well. if you invest in, you gotta keep making wise investments, and you're not always gonna make the right choices. But that's why, like you said, do your research, or you said it before many times. And with the information that you're learning, you take a minute to think that through.
Yeah, no, for reals. I mean, and yeah, it's like he's right. You know, do your research, know what you're buying into, make sure you believe in what you're doing. And also, like I said it before, I'll say it again. We are not financial advisors on this podcast at all. I'm just kind of telling y'all what I think about it. This is an opinionated podcast, so this is just my opinion. But please don't look at me as a financial advisor. I'm going to lead you in the right direction. Again, like I said, I lost money, and it's going to happen. But again, I play the game, so I don't mind the risk. I still got my coins, and just so you know, I still invest in more coins. Hey, the market's down. I got some more coins, so I'm still a believer. I ain't left crypto, but again, make sure you know what you're doing. You know, I'm not even going to say you got to necessarily know, but learn on what you're doing and what to do. You know, learn from people who know better than you. Do your research. That is the most important thing. Do your research. And sadly, one of my friends was able to get his coins off the exchanges, so he didn't really take a loss. And that's because I told him about it. And I was dumb by saying, well, I'm just only going to take out the coins except for the ones that's making me, I'm getting interest on. I said, I'll just keep that on the exchanges. And it burned me. Even though I knew better, I still decided to took a chance and say, well, they're not going to do nothing. And I got burned. So it's just one of those things that, you know, that y'all need to understand. It comes with the game. You know, like I said, I've only been doing this at this point. This is my second year in in actively investing. This is my second year of actively investing. I don't want to say I haven't invested before, but I'm actively paying attention to it now. So this is only my second year, and yeah, I'm learning. And you know what? Again, I'm still a believer, and I'm gonna be sticking with this until either I reach the top or I crash to the bottom. But it is what it is. It's what I plan to do. So y'all gotta do what's best for y'all. I'm gonna do what's best for me. And that's my only advice. You know, if you're going to play any investment game, do your research. I'm sure y'all heard about the Brittany Griner situation with the WNBA. How, if y'all know, basically this is a WNBA player, and during the offseason, a lot of WNBA players go play international overseas. I don't know if she was coming into the country or she was leaving. I think she was leaving the country. And they found like a little vape pen. I guess they said it had some THC in there. And in Russia, that is illegal. And now this woman is now in Russia in jail, going through the court system, trying to fight for her freedom. I wanted to get your thoughts on the situation and what do y'all think about it? And actually, you know what? I want to start off with Norris to see what you think about it, if you paid attention to it at all.
Of course, I'm not paying attention to it at all. There's so many different things I'm paying attention to that are more effective in my life right now, as in like, what do they call it? Proximity.
Of course.
I have a family. That comes before all the other nonsense. I'm just saying.
Of course.
I've seen things said about this here and there, but then it's like, here come the things of the rules. Are the rules being enforced? You just said that it's illegal, but she is a U.S. citizen, correct?
Yes.
Okay. But there's still laws. And just because you're from somewhere else doesn't mean you keep doing your rules that are okay elsewhere. You have to abide by the rules of, again, proximity, where you're at that time. Now, I don't know how harsh of conditions that are and set in. Like, I don't know what kind of time somebody would do normally for something like this or whatever. Like there, when if I'm not mistaken, there are the rules that are governed by the actual country, but then if you're dealing with an international person, it's a little different. Like I don't know what they impose at that point, because it's like you're a guest technically when you're visiting, other countries and stuff. You're not, they're citizens, so they don't have to, I guess, concern themselves about you like that. But when you're a guest, you're still supposed to behave, I guess, a little bit better than, I guess, the regular citizen. So that is another thing that I think that is probably playing a major factor in all this.
Okay, so let me also kind of add in some of the gray area and some of the arguments. From what I read, that I guess she accidentally packed it and she didn't mean to pack it, from what they're saying. And I guess they said the THC that was found in her pen was so insignificant that it really shouldn't mean anything. But this is the other thing that also has to do with it too. You're also dealing with, again, I'm sure you at least know this. Right now, America and Russia is very hostile with each other right now.
Yeah.
And that's another thing that I don't think people take into account. Let me let you respond to those points. Like I got to pull something up real quick.
Well, oh man, excuse me. It makes me kind of start thinking about the trade-offs that we do with international relations. So, in a lot of different sections of society, we have trade-offs for different things, whether that be work, people, all kinds of stuff, to get international relations in a positive effect. That's like the supposed goal. But I don't know much rulings on those. I just know they're around. Like I've seen it and I go, oh, okay, I see what this is about somewhat, but I don't know too much detail in that. And I see that playing a factor here, obviously, because you're bringing up Russia and the U.S. Relations are not so good right now.
Yeah. So this is the kind of some of the stuff I want to pull up, because right now, so when it first happened, and I'll pull up the comment, but before, so when it first happened, a lot of the WNBA players came out and talk about, should we say something? Should we say something? A lot of people said, don't say nothing about it, because the issue is that it could become a political thing if it becomes too big, which actually could happen. But now they're kind of like, speaking on it and trying to sit there and say, oh, well, Biden, we need to bring her home, blah, 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 which is a great statement. You got LeBron James comments, which I want to kind of bring up. So this is a comment, and I'm not gonna lie, a lot of people are talking about it. This is his words. I was trying to imagine it, and it's hard for me to even put myself into what she's going through. Like, she's such a great human being, a great person. Obviously, if I've been in her presence a few times, and you always feel like, if you're from a certain place, you always feel like they've got your back. And in a sense, now, how could she feel like America has her back? I would be feeling like, do I even want to go back to America? I've been gone for 130 days. I feel like it's been zero effort. Literally, as it's going on day by day, I cannot say anything and just try to get more people's ears, people's eyes, and as much support as possible, which is his comments. And I've also been hearing from the other side, some people are giving her flat because she kneeled. And it's a mess. It's becoming a mess. And I'll just let me say my opinion, and then I'll let you go after this. At the end of the day, the problem is that I kind of get where everybody's coming from, but this is the truth. This, if I do see it as, you know, a lot of people are looking at like, well, we should do something, not understanding. And I always say, as Americans in general, we have a real arrogance about us, like we are right and righteous, and we have the right to dictate what the world does. And we, okay, I can get the argument. I'm stay on task before, if anybody wants to argue this, but I always feel like America has this real arrogance about us, like we could just say and do whatever we want, and like, well, we know what's best for everybody, and that's not what it is. And you know, going in there, and I get that people are like, well, we want to fight, but this isn't not just a black or a race thing. There's a lot more to this. There's a lot more complications. It's not as easy to sit there and say, well, this woman should be home and you need to do something because I feel like it and she's wrong, or some racist situation. This is an international thing. We are pretty much at any point in time, we could go to war with this country. And I get the argument of like, you know, hey, don't make it bigger, because the problem is if you make it bigger, she could be used as a political pawn. And so you, by trying to make a voice and trying to say we need a protest, and like, it doesn't do nothing, because she's in another country where our laws do not protect her. So I definitely understand why, you know, like LeBron James is getting flat for his comments, because I'm like, do you understand that this woman could be being used as a political pawn in this game? And by, you know, you making it bigger, it could become a bigger issue. But vice versa, it's one of those things too. It's like, you know, so should we just sit here and do nothing? Like, because it's like, if we don't say nothing, nothing's going to get done. And I'm sorry, there's too much evidence, at least for me, and when I've been looking at how things are going in this country, that when you stay silent, nothing gets done. And something has to get done in this situation, because I mean, like I said, it's complicated, because it's a real big international thing. And I bet you, if this whole entire crap wasn't happening between America, Russia, and the Ukraine war right now, I bet you she'd be on her way home. Because I mean, I guess that vaping, from my understanding, like the THC was just so minute that honestly, I mean, again, that's still a different country too. And I know a lot of countries go to other countries, they're very strict on weed usage. Like, they don't play those games. Like, you'll go down for years for certain countries. At the end of the day, all I'm saying is, just from my opinion, like, I kind of get where both sides are coming from, but at the same time, it's like, this is not just a normal situation that you could just, you know, say whatever you want. There's massive consequence to this stuff. And the problem is that in the middle of all this, the person that's being affected the most probably may wind up getting unintentionally the blunt of it, when it's not really fair for her to get that. You know, I mean, we should be trying to figure out a way to get her home, not, and figure out the right way, and not, because there's no good way to handle this, in my personal opinion. But I will say that people, in my personal opinion, you need to really handle this with care. You know, because this is not a normal situation. Like, you know, a black kid in, like, I don't know, Wisconsin was put in jail because a white woman was screaming at him, and she felt like he was a threat when all he was doing was like crossing the street. This is not this kind of situation. But with that being said, that's just kind of how I feel about it. I want to, what's your response on it?
I don't have too much of a response, besides I just want to know what they're saying. Like, she's locked up over there, so I feel they have more to say. Like, what is that? I feel like I'm hearing a lot more opinion of what certain people feel over here, but I'm not hearing nothing on the other side.
And to even ask that, why should they? Why do they need to?
Why do they need to? Like, why do they need to what exactly?
Why does the other side in the country need to tell you anything?
I don't think they need to tell me anything. I just want to know what's going on the other side, because I'm going, there's two sides to the story. And to get a balanced judgment call, because that's what we're asking for, an opinion here. I want to know what's going on the other side of things. If I don't know, and if I'm getting that kind of reaction of what you just did, I don't need to know, then that also says something too. But that's okay. At least that's being communicated. I really, again, I still want to know what's going on the other side of things, not just hearing how LeBron feels or anybody really over here feels about it. I'm going, but what's the other side say?
Yeah. I mean, the only thing I know about it from what I've heard so far is I guess some of her teammates over in Russia came to her defense and saying that she's a good person. She doesn't deserve this. So there's
Those don't count. Those don't count. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the people that are actually involved in the sense of direct. Like, she's directly involved. The where she's being housed or jailed, directly involved. The people that deal with that day in, day out. Those people, the lawyers, all those people, like, those are people I kind of want to hear from.
Yeah. But and that's kind of my point, and my, I'm just pushing back because I mean this is how it is. Like, it doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter what you want.
Oh man.
I think that's the one thing I don't think people are really understanding. It's like you may never get the answer. And even if you get an answer, you ain't gonna like it. And there's nothing that you can do about it. And I think that's the hard thing. That's the thing I don't think people are really like everybody's thinking so it's talking, aren't really thinking. What are you going to do? What are you going to do if they say, no, she did a crime, she's locked up for 6 months? I mean, my fault, not 6 months, 6 years. Done. 20 years, just because she's an American. Because she has no defense over here. She has no protections. So, and I'm just real honest. What? Okay, let me calm down a little bit.
What?
Yeah, let me calm down a little bit. So, what does you want to know have anything to do about it? Like, why doesn't? I mean, I get why it's mad. I get why, like, so you want to know, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. What is I'll be honest with you. I don't care if you want to know. This is what we're saying. The show words mean to me. Oh, it's not fair. I could give two if it's fair.
And that's fine. But I also look at that as integrity loss. I laugh at people that do that because I get it. You're in a position of power and you feel you can say those things and neglect things. And I understand, and I'm coming from, I guess, a liberal perspective, maybe, but I'm not at the expectation like I'm gonna really get an answer. But
yeah, I know
any just due diligence, any kind, I can't just be blindly not paying attention and seeing what's what and who's doing what and why. Not saying that I'm the investigator or anything. But I'm going, if I'm going to try to form some type of opinion about something, at least a valid one, I need information. I can't just be, I mean, I could. People do it all the time. But
yeah,
I try to refrain from doing that.
Yeah, but yeah, and I agree. I guess I'm just kind of using you as a stand-in, to be honest. But I mean, because I just be hearing these people arguing and stuff, and I'm like the thing that you can, like, I get what you're saying. Like I want to know, and you're like, well, it goes against the integrity laws. It's something that somebody told me. I don't want to go too far off the subject. When you go off and we talk about the integrity and like the integrity laws, again, it goes back to saying, what does your laws have to do with what goes on over there? And one thing that somebody says, and I think it's true, is that all these countries across the world, sorry about that, all these countries across the world got America figured out but we have no idea what these countries are about on any level. And I could admit that honestly, for myself, I don't know anything that's going on. I mean, I know enough, but I don't know. I really don't know. And that's the thing. It's like we don't know how these people think. We don't know how the world works. We don't know how these countries feel or their mindset about things. But one thing that somebody said that I was hearing, I do believe it's true. They sure as hell know what we about, and they definitely got us figured out. There's a reason why, and I'll say this last thing. There's a reason why that America has if you look at American history, we have a real strange tendency to create our own issues across the world. If you look at if you ever go into the research and look at all the enemies of America, you'll realize America has something to do with getting these people to where they're at today. But anyways, you got anything else you want to add, Norris?
Nah, I get it. I get what's going on, and there's expectations at play. Mm-hmm. Not really. I know my phone about to die, so.
All right. Did y'all see the Black Panther trailer?
I haven't.
Damn it! Nobody saw it.
I told you I didn't watch the first one.
I know.
So why would I watch any other ones? Again, people, y'all want to come for me? Hit me in the comments.
It's something he wants to talk about, obviously.
Nope. I've already talked about it. I didn't watch Black Panther. I'm not going to watch Black Panther. And I mean, didn't we bring it up on the last podcast?
Yes.
It may be part of the lost tapes.
No. We definitely brought it up, but I mean, like I said, I guess nobody really saw it. But I mean, I'll just tell you straight up.
You got the wrong demographic here, Playboy. All right, I'm gonna let you know right now. You got people with families and businesses, man. I ain't trying to watch no stupid ass Black Panther.
Well, that really was the point why I brought this up.
Well, then guess what? I just knocked it out of the park. Ladies and gentlemen, all right, you hear that right now.
No, well, I was gonna ask, but I guess you guys don't know. Did you guys? I mean, the reactions to Black Panther and how everybody. I know, I get it. You guys don't pay attention to it because y'all got things going on, so you don't really know what the hell's going on here. I get it.
No. That's not it. It's nobody cares. Nobody cares, bro. Black Panther is great if you into that, but not. I have my certain issues about it. Norris is probably just busy. So, I mean, it'd be great to sit down and care about a movie you're going to watch, but you're trying to pay some bills.
No, I mean...
Go ahead, G. Let us know about what's going on in Black Panther land, huh? What's going on? Tell us what's going on. Who they replaced the Black Panther with?
Well, no, I was going to ask you, I wanted to bring up what's the reaction to it. And and this is what I was trying to tell y'all. It's like a lot of people. That's why I was hoping that at least Norris saw the trailer.
Nope.
Because like Norris does sometimes be watching the trailer, but you got to catch him on the right day.
Oh, man.
But there's been a lot of reaction to it where a lot of people are just saying this is beautiful and it's the most amazing thing in the world. And that's kind of why I brought it up with you, James, because you basically said something that was exactly what I wanted to touch on, where you said you had issues with it.
I mean, I didn't watch the trailer, so I can't.
No. I'm not talking about the trailer. I'm talking about Black Panther in general. You said you had issues, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to talk to you, because you did tell me that you had issues with it. And I wanted to know why you had issues with this.
I thought we brought this up on the podcast, though.
Huh?
I thought we brought this up on the podcast.
Not. I think we did, but you kind of did what you did, where you didn't really kind of touch on what your real issues were with it. You just kind of said, yeah, but you didn't really go into what.
I'm gonna tell you right now,
right.
There's not too many comic book movies after they destroyed X-Men for me that I really care about. I'm gonna let you know that right now. And second of all, I want to know. I mean, there may be some out there, but I can't really think of any. A movie that doesn't have to do with us, that has like these catchphrases that everybody just keys in on? I'm asking you. Go ahead. Noah's gone.
Yeah, I know his phone died.
So I'm asking you.
So your question is, what are the phrases
What
that
I just said, what movie that doesn't have to do with us has a catchphrase in it that people are keying in on? Tell me.
See, yeah, all right. You asked a question I gotta think about. Are you talking about just within superheroes? Or are you talking about just in
God, bro.
No, I'm just
come up with an answer. I don't need 10,000 extra questions. It's simple. It's pure. It's like cocaine. The Colombian stuff, not that other stuff that stepped on.
Again, I got to think about it. And that's what I'm trying to think about. Because I guess like Black Panther, the Wakanda Forever.
But that's just it. You got to think about it. Now, if you think about us, look, Dynamite. I'm gonna get you, sucker. What's up? All of these things. It's just catchphrases, comedic. Wakanda Forever. Like, come on, bro.
The problem is you asked a question I never thought about, but you brought up a good point.
Really? Why haven't you ever thought of that? Why haven't you ever thought of how much we are a gimmick? This is a black man's podcast, and we've never talked about how much of gimmick. Like, black people are the most clone culture in society, in the world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But we're also the most gimmicky. Like, it's so entertaining to watch us. So, but nobody else is like that.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. I never. That's why I'm kind of silent, because I'm really thinking about it, because I never
think about this. Let me point this out to you, bro.
Go ahead.
Just thinking back. I mean, again, you're a younger dude, so you don't really get into a lot of the older stuff. The newer generation doesn't really like a lot of the older stuff. But the Honeymooners. You ever watched the Honeymooners?
Yes, I don't remember that well, but yes, I have watched it.
I've never watched the Honeymoon, and
I
don't mean the movie with Cedric the Entertainer in it. I mean the actual Honeymooners with Ed Norton, Ralph Cannon, Jackie Gleason. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think
Mark
I watched
Carney. Did not watch that one because most young people is not interesting. But he had a catchphrase in there. One of these days, Alice. One of these days. Bang, right in the kisser, bang, zoom.
Oh, yeah, I did hear that.
Yeah, you've heard that. But this was a dude who was basically promoting domestic violence against his wife. And
that's wasn't that isn't this the spinoff of the Jeffersons? It's the one that's where Jeffersons spinoff of, right?
No.
Because there was one because my mom told me about it. It was like, it's about this white dude. He was technically a racist, and the dude from the Jefferson, he started on, like, his character started on that show, and it was a spinoff.
This is old. This is way older than the Jeffersons, bro. You're talking about, and I don't want to misquote because I keep wanting to say All in the Family, but there's another show that the Jeffersons came from.
Yeah.
It wasn't the Honeymooners is old, bro, like black and white, old school situation.
Yeah. Which, again, I'm just so you know, like, that thing you talk about actually was spoof on Family Guy.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
And it was actually like the whole thing. I want to say that character was supposed to be Jackie Gleason.
Okay.
But I mean, I know. And that the dude went around killing like people because of that. But I'm just saying, like, nobody, but look, I don't really hear people like going at it like that. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I mean, all of the jive and, you know, stuff like that, everybody clones it, everybody copies it, everybody has to like mimic it. It becomes hilarious. So they want to talk about how beautiful Black Panther was, this and that. All I heard for months, people talking about was Wakanda forever, Wakanda forever. Walking around with shirts with the crap on there, like, bro, has any of you guys been to Wakanda? Is that a real place? Is that a real place? So, the way I'm looking at it, everybody running around saying that because it was catchy, but like, why?
I mean, I don't think it was that where it's catchy. It's just, it's kind of like how I feel about it. It was one. I mean, to me, it was just one of those times where it was like when I watched that movie, it was like a celebration of blackness, and that's why I enjoyed about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Yep. Okay.
I know, and that's why I loved, and the fact that we were like had this great society and accomplished everything, but it was just all drowned in like Black culture.
Make believe, huh? You guys celebrated a fake movie about a comic book character because of how it made a black celebration, but you guys can't make reality of a black celebration. I don't get it. Obviously, you don't either because you're really quiet.
No, because I'm looking up because I could have sworn that Wakanda is actually a state. I think
you don't even know, bro. You don't even know. You're guessing.
No. Because I thought it was, but I guess it's really not.
You're guessing, dude. That's why I kept saying, "Is this really real?" Dang it. Well, you look that up. Hold on.
Yeah. No problem. All right, so let me explain this so I don't sound like a freaking idiot. I was told that Wakanda was a fictional place.
Mm-hmm.
Then somebody showed me a map and it showed Wakanda on a map as an actual city in Africa. I said, "Oh crap, it's an actual city."
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm looking up on the internet and said it's not an actual city. So understand that I thought it was fictional this entire time, but somebody showed me that was an actual place on the map. So mind you, I've never been to Africa. So
well, there you have it.
Yes.
Did the map have Warner Brothers at the bottom? I'm serious. Did the map they show you also have Candyland and the layer of the He-Man?
Hey, like I said,
like I said before, man, isn't that place not even real?
It's not real. From my understanding, it's not real.
I said, all right. You said, yeah, it is, and you had so much conviction. I'm like, all right, well, bet it is. But I'm still like, okay, so now again, we're back to square one.
Yes, we are.
You guys are chanting a place that doesn't even exist with so much pride, but you guys can't make the places you live in prideful.
Damn, why did Norris leave?
Oh, because what? Do you think he would protect you, bro?
No. He just
care. Anybody can come from
No. It's not even protect. It's that he would have made some good points. Has nothing to do with protecting on any level.
Given no good points to this. What good points would he have made?
Well, I'm not going to speak for the man. He ain't here, so I can't really say.
Well, bump that. Tell that dude charge his phone. Because you know what? I want to hear what good points, because I bet you 80% that this dude would be on my side in this.
That's why I said that.
But I don't need nobody on my side. I got good credit. I don't need no co-signers. Okay. I need you who is one whose love of Wakanda is unmatched to give me some information. What information do you need? I told you it's not a real place. Ladies and gentlemen, can you guys report? You guys are listening to this on the podcast, so you guys can hear it. Can you tell G why he always gets yelled at by stuff like this? I've already came up with what I want. He just didn't pay attention to it. No, I forgot because I was saying 3 other things. But like I said, your question is asked if it was a real place, and we said it. I did not care. No, I didn't give a crap if it was a real place or a fake place. I thought it was a fake place. You thought it was a real place. Now you're telling me it's a fake place. I don't care either way. The place is you don't live there, bro. But
Yes.
you guys are walking around with t-shirts like free OJ. You know what I'm saying? And you guys can't make because you guys feel it's so beautiful. This place was it's such a Black celebration, but you guys can't do that in your own communities. I'm trying to figure out why that is. And it seems like you still don't have an answer.
Oh no, I don't have an answer for that.
So